Good morning, guys. It's your boy AMPM Games, and we're back with our Positional Hero defensive predictions. Today we are doing linebackers, the left outside, the middle, and the right outside linebackers. I think there's only going to be 3. I don't think they're going to do 2 middle linebackers. I think it's going to be 2 D tackles, and then just 1 of each linebacker. If you haven't already seen my DB prediction, go check that out. Posted it yesterday. I got some juicy names in there. Some people I think could slide in potentially, hopefully based on what people are asking from EA. But let's start out with left outside linebacker. I'd say my favorite for left outside linebacker, who I think is who I think is gonna get it, is Anthony Barr. He doesn't have a power up, but there was a limited edition Anthony Barr they made for the Pro Bowl, which was amazing and everyone loves and uses. And just Anthony Barr is just a fast, good user linebacker everyone loves to have. And he did, he was on that Vikings defense, did well this year. I could just see Anthony Barr getting it. Now, some other people who potentially could slide in because they have power-ups and they're good themselves. Justin Houston is one. He hasn't gotten a card since his playoff card. His playoff card is the only card he has basically beside his base. But Justin Houston is a monster. Year in, year out. A lot of people love Justin Houston, and he has a power-up, which I think makes him a strong candidate to get it, because I'm still not counting. If you've gotten a Team of the Year, My Heroes 2, or just like a replay or something really recently, they're just not going to give you one. So that takes out Whitley Marsalis, Melvin Ingram, who actually was moved to left end with his My Heroes, but players like that at left outside linebacker who's recently gotten one. Actually staying in this division though, another player is Von Miller. Now, Von Miller does have this 97, his 96 replay up to a 97. So I don't think it's likely he gets another one, but because of how popular Von Miller is, and if they put a different Viking into the positional heroes, I don't think they'll make 2 Viking players. So if they do like Harrison Smith, or one of the D linemen from the Vikings, they could make a Von potentially, even though he's already got a really good card. Von Miller, everyone loves Von Miller. He has a power up. I've done this one. Now the Von Miller's a monster. Upgrading it again, it'd give him like another chem style. He'd just be a god. But hey, Von Miller is a god in real life. And one last player who I'd say could potentially slide in here to keep a little eye on, don't think it's too likely, but he has a power up, so you never know, is Shaq Thompson. He hasn't gotten one since his Snow Beast, so it's been a while for him. You never know, EA could slide him in there if they're really feeling it and things go a certain way with how they do the other players. Now we'll move on to the middle linebacker, and we're just going to jump right in. I think it's almost a lock that Deion Jones here will snag it. He's got a power-up. He's fast. Everyone loves Deion Jones. Hasn't gotten a card since his playoff card here, which I know is a monster. I don't have it, but I've played against it. And as you see here, it's 310 just for his 92 playoff card. 90 speed. He can cover. He's fast. He's pretty good at hitting. Pretty decent block shedding. 90 overall. Deion Jones would be a monster. Everyone would be using that card because of how good it is. And I just think Deion Jones is probably a lock to get it. I think they're going to try and stay in the power-up lane with all these players, try and put players into the game that have power-ups. So with that, another potential is Jordan Hicks. His 92 or his 91 was his last card. It's a pretty good card, especially if you use your linebacker, or just even if you don't, because of how good his zone is. And he's 84 at 91, so at 98 he could be looking at high 80s, maybe 90 speed, depending on how generous they are. If they do make 2 middle linebackers, I could definitely see Jordan Hicks sliding in for a second middle linebacker behind Deion Jones. And then the last one who I think has a shot is Zach Brown, another player who got a Team of the Week, so he's only had 1 upgrade. But another player I hear a lot of people love to use, 215. People say he's just great to user and control. I haven't used him, but that's what I've heard about this guy. 86 speed, you know, could get potentially up to maybe 90-ish if he does get that upgrade. But I don't think it'll be a different middle linebacker because of who's gotten, you know, big upgrades recently and them wanting to stay with power-up players. So, you know, Luke Kuechly just got a My Heroes 2. Don't see him getting one. And Bobby Wagner got a Team of the Year, so I just don't see him getting one. Now, finally, we'll move on to the right outside linebacker. And to be honest, I think this is locked up. I just really do. I think it's going to be Telvin Smith. I was looking around. There's just not that many right outside linebacker upgrade, like power-ups. And Telvin Smith is a card people have been wanting for a while. He did get a limited edition, which, you know, you couldn't upgrade, which was his snow beasts, you know, wintertime one, Christmas stuff. But he's a monster. He's fast. He's good at block shedding. He's pretty decent at coverage. What does this team of the week one have? Where are we at? Yeah, man 88 zone. Man 80 zone 88. So he's good at coverage. His other card, his Snow Beast one, is even crazier. A lot of people have been asking for Telvin. He has a power up. He did well this year. Was on that good Jaguars defense. I could definitely see him getting one. Which is, you know, which ties into my video yesterday, is a reason I could see Jalen Ramsey not getting one, because Telvin Smith will get one, and they don't want to make too many. They don't want to have a bunch of players from one team, you know. And Levante David, he got Team of the Year, so I don't see him getting one. And then the only other really power-up right outside linebacker I think there is that like hasn't gotten a card or anything recently is Ryan Kerrigan, which he got a card semi-recently, you know, as recently as Vaughn did with his 92 replay. Kerrigan, though, he's just not a big of a draw. I just don't see Ryan Kerrigan getting one. I think it's chalked up Telvin Smith. So ultimately, I think Telvin Smith and Deion Jones are basically locks for right outside middle linebacker. Left outside linebacker, I think Anthony Barr will get it, but never know. Could be Justin Houston. Could possibly be Von Miller if they're, you know, they're feeling it. But with that Chris Harris, you know, likely to be in it. Von, you know, Broncos. 2 Broncos. Who knows? And possibly, maybe a Shaq Thompson. Don't think so. Not likely, but could be in there. So my predictions, I'm going to say Anthony Barr, left outside linebacker. Deion Jones, middle linebacker. Telvin Smith, right outside linebacker. 2 of upgrades, Deion and Telvin. But then Anthony Barr, everyone will try and get anyway because Anthony Barr will be a monster. All 3 of those guys, if you got coins, those 3 will probably be your linebackers because of how fast and good at coverage and how all around they are. And yeah, so those are my predictions, guys. If you want to go out and try and prepare for power-ups, do it at your own risk. You know, none of these players are locked, although I think Deion and Telvin are basically going to get one. But you never know if they give Jalen a corner. It may not be Telvin. I don't know who they'd really pick. Maybe KJ Wright or Vontaze Burfict. But I don't see either of them getting one either. So I think it's going to be Telvin. So go out at your own risk, you know. But that's how this game is. You got to risk it for the biscuit. You do have to play some big risks if you want to make some big coins sometimes. But that's going to do it. Hope this video helped you guys out. I'll be bringing out the D-line tomorrow. Stay tuned for that. This video helped you guys out. Enjoyed it. Like this video. Leave a like. You're new here, smash that subscribe button, guys. We'll be bringing out more content for you all the time. And as always, guys, keep being beasts, keep being awesome. I hope y'all have great days, and it's been your boy AMPM Games.
I got broads in Atlanta, just to go me in the family. Credit cards in the scammers, hitting the licks in the van. Legacies, family, wait and see, look like a panda.